Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, first verse. Arjuna Uvacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Sangitam Yat Vayoktam Vachastena Mohoyam Vigato Mama. In the previous chapter, last verse, 42nd verse of the 10th chapter. Athava Bahu Naitena Kim Yatena Tavarjuna Vishtabhyahamidam Krishnam Ekangshena Sthito Jagat. Here, Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, what use would it be for you to know so much about my manifestations? All that is necessary for you to know is that the entire universe is supported or maintained by a small part of me. That means I am much more than this entire universe. That is the idea. So Arjuna requested Sri Krishna to tell about his manifestations, and Sri Krishna started telling them. He said that in detail, Vistarena. Arjuna asked that Sri Krishna tell about his manifestations in detail, but Sri Krishna said that it would be impossible because there is no end to my manifestations. So I cannot tell it in detail, but I will tell you the important ones in a summary form. And so Sri Krishna told, and finally he says, what is it to you? How will it help you if you know all the manifestations in detail? So just suffice it to know that just a portion of me is maintaining this entire universe. In the 10th chapter, the first sloka is being said by Arjuna. He says, Mad Anugrahaya, because of compassion towards me. Mat me Anugrahaya, because of compassion, your compassion towards me. Paramam, supremely, Guhyam, profound, Adhyatma Sangitam, that which is talking about Adhi Atma, that means that which is talking about that knowledge which is based out of Atman, based on Atman, that knowledge. That is knowledge of Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha or Atma Anatma Vivekaha. That means the discrimination or the differentiation between that which is eternal and that which is not eternal. That which is the self, Atma, and that which is not the self, Anatma. Yat, that, Vachaha, words, Tvaya, by you, Uktam, have been told or spoken, Tena, by that, Mama, my, I am, this Moha, delusion, Vigataha, gone. There are many instances in the Bhagavad Gita where Arjuna will suddenly say that yes, I have now understood my mistake and my delusion has gone. But again, after telling that, he again comes back and asks different questions to Arjuna. This happens till the last chapter. What does it signify? Arjuna here represents all humankind. Arjuna represents us. And we, again and again, we get, as Swami Vivekananda says, we get sledgehammer blows of this universe. And yet, again and again, over and again, we go back to the same deluded understanding about ourselves. We don't think of ourselves as not the body and not the mind as the Atman, but we think of ourselves as the body, mind, intellect, prana, etc. This is a problem, and this is a repeated problem. And so in this Gita also, in the beginning itself, Arjuna says, Shadi mam tvam prapannam. You please take me as your disciple. Tell me whatever you want to tell and I will follow. After some time he says, Nashto moha smritir labdha. I have all this, I've got, my delusion has gone and I have attained my smriti. I have understood what I have to do, what I should not do. I have regained my discrimination. That is what Arjuna says, but effectively he does not regain that. When a person does not get knowledge in the proper sense of the term, but it is only smashana vairagya or cremation ground renunciation or markata vairagya, monkey renunciation. The monkey that is going to attack another person, before, in between two attacks, it is sitting calm with its closed eyes. That is monkey renunciation. So that kind of renunciation, whenever that happens, a person who is speaking supposedly words of wisdom, supposed wisdom. Why supposed? Because they are not true wisdom. Because that person is speaking after a blow from the universe. After some blow or shock or trauma, that person is speaking, that person tells, yes, this whole world is so unreal. World is so unreal. Suppose a person loses money in the mutual fund market, or somebody said, I love you, another person said, I don't love you. Suddenly there is a lot of renunciation. This world is all unreal. That kind of renunciation is what Arjuna is showing now and then. He says, yes, whatever you said, see, because of your compassion towards me, you said, Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Sangitam. All words of discrimination of self and non-self, you told me this. And then all those words which you have told, which have been told by you, they all have removed my delusion. Here another thing is, words told by Sri Krishna are powerful enough to remove the delusion. And they are told because of anugraha. So the master or the guru gives us knowledge not because we deserve it, but because they are compassionate towards us. So here Arjuna might not deserve that knowledge, but Sri Krishna is compassionate towards Arjuna. And so when we get such knowledge by the master, we need to think over that and we need to assimilate that knowledge. Assimilate that knowledge and then put into practice, translate into practice. In the second verse, Arjuna says, Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya tvatta kamalapatraksha mahatmyam api chavyayam. Kamala patra aksha means a person who has aksha, eyes, like kamala, lotus, patra, leaf. So that is the shape. Lotus leaf has some shape like this. So usually that is the understanding, conventional understanding of beautiful eyes is that it should be like this. That might not be the correct understanding, but that's the popular, prevalent understanding of a beautiful eye. So why lotus leaf? Because lotus leaf is also a leaf in which water does not stick. So if you put water drop on lotus leaf, it rolls down. It does not stick. It shows unattachment. Lotus leaf is the symbol of non-attachment. So Sri Krishna's eyes or Sri Krishna's indriyas are unattached. That is the idea here. Sri Krishna's sense organs are unattached. Swami Vivekananda says, if we can learn one thing from the life of Sri Krishna, it is selflessness. Sri Krishna is selfless. He did not do anything for himself. Selflessness. So, Kamalapatra Tvattaha of you. Your lotus leaf-like eyes, Bhutanam of living beings, Bhavapyayav, the origin and dissolution. Maya, by me, Vistarashah, at length he indeed, Shrutau, have been heard. Avyayam, inexhaustible, unending. Mahatmyam, apicha, also greatness I have heard. So, O Krishna, you, O who has lotus leaf like I have heard at length. I have heard descriptive explanation of the origin and dissolution of beings. Also, your unending greatness. Your greatness, as you yourself said, that it cannot end. You have told me in the previous chapter, we saw that na antosti mama divyanam vibhutinam. Sri Krishna is saying that there is no end to my divine attributes. So, your unending greatness, I have heard, you have told. Now, evam etad yatha atha tvam atmanam parameshwara drashtumichhami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. Whenever somebody goes for a movie, to watch a movie, you can watch it in a theater or in a multiplex or OTT. OTT means over the something. It is not coming to me now. Over the something. So OTT, like Amazon Prime, Netflix, etc. So you can watch it. And before you watch such movies, what generally a person does, a person finds out from other people who have watched the movie how the movie is, the review. Sometimes reviews cannot be Reviews cannot be believed. Sometimes good movie they will give bad review, etc. But you watch, or you watch a trailer. You watch a trailer which has got some portions, best portions probably from the movie, edited and arranged in a proper manner. So you watch that trailer. And then finally you want to watch the movie. So here that is what has happened. Arjuna wanted to know the divine attributes of Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna said that my divine attributes are unending, so I will give you only prominent attributes. Now once prominent attributes have been told by Sri Krishna, Arjuna says, okay, now I want to see them. You have told verbally, now I want to see. So he says Parameshwara. Parameshwara means Supreme Lord. O Supreme Lord, yatha, as tvam, you, atmanam, yourself, atha, have told or have declared. As you yourself have told, etat, this, evam, so, etat, it, devam, so, purushottama, supreme purusha, te, your, aishwaram rupam, the rupam of, the form of Ishvara. That means your lordly form, your form of being the Prabhu or Ishvara of everything. Drashtum ichhami, I desire to see. A desire is like that, it will never end. If you get 10 crores, you want 100. If you get 100, you want 1000. If you get 1000, you want 2000. Never end. Even in matters of divine visions, desire does not end. And it will not end because no matter for how much time you see or hear about God, you will never be satisfied. Which Arjuna himself is saying in the previous chapter. He says, I am not satisfied by hearing about you. Somehow it does not satisfy me. Triptirhi nasti. Tripti na asti. Hearing your amritam shrinvatah. So about your words are like amrita, nectar to me. So hearing them, it does not satisfy my desire at all. That is what he is proving here. He is saying that you yourself told about these things, about your attributes. Now please show it to me. Aishwaram Rupam Drashtum Ichhami. I want to see lordly form. Now the point is, here we need to remember that a person may see a particular dish, a food item, and because of the way it is presented, way it is decorated, one may feel that he will be able to or she will be able to eat much of that food item. But then when you start eating, you understand it is very rich and probably you cannot eat more than a spoon or a bowl. That is what is going to happen with Arjuna. He wants to see Sri Krishna. He wants to see the lordly form of God. But he cannot. Why? Because it will become too much for him. That we will see. So now he is saying, please, drashtum ichchami. I want to see your lordly form. Lordly form means I want to see your form which is omnipotent, sarva shaktimat, which can do everything, omnipresence, which is present everywhere, with infinite wisdom, strength, virtue, splendor. I want to see this. I want to see the form in that manner. Like you have told that you are Sarvagya, you know everything, you are Sarva Shaktimat, you are all powerful and you have infinite wisdom, you have strength, you have virtue, you have splendor. I want to see that. I want to see that form. Then he gives one clause. Arjuna says, Manyase yadi tat shakyam maya drashtumiti prabho yogeshwara tato metvam darshayam atmamanam avyayam darshayatmanam avyayam. Whenever somebody tells that, oh, these things are too difficult or it is a vast thing, if you want to learn from that person, then you become suddenly humble. You say, if you think I can understand. So one person, suppose he has or she has completed PhD. Another fellow has completed MPhil. So this MPhil will go and tell the PhD, if you think I can understand. So this is false humility. If you think I can understand, then already God has told that what is the need? Athava bahunaitena. What is the need of bahuna etena? Why are you wanting to know so much about me? Sri Krishna told in the last chapter. But Arjuna says, no, I want to know more. I want to see more. Now, not just know more, see more. So, and also now he is saying, if you think that I am fit to see, if you think I can see, Prabho, O Lord, yadi, if that, maya, by me, drashtum, to see, shakyam, capable, iti, like that, manya, say you think, tatah, then Yogeshwara, O Lord of yogis, tvam, you, me, avyayam, immutable atmanam, darshaya, show. So if you think you are the Lord of yogis, so if you think that I can see, then please show. The idea is you might not think that I am deserving, I am capable. Afterwards, when the Vishwarupa Darshana is shown, then Arjuna trembles in fear and says, now remove this. I cannot, it is unbearable. Remove it. That is what Sri Krishna said. Why? What is the necessity? You don't need to see. Now he is saying, if you think I can see, if you think I am capable. So if you are giving classes on, say, Brahma Sutra, somebody comes and says, okay, Brahma Sutra class. Okay, Brahma Sutra class. Then after some time, so many things are coming, unable to understand. That is what was told to you in the beginning itself. That Brahma Sutra class, it will be very difficult to understand because you need background for that. So here also, Sri Krishna has told Arjuna, what is the use to know so many things? But so they were like, yes, Swamiji, if you think we can understand, then teach me. So automatically you'll say, okay. Of course you can understand, everybody can understand. So Sri Krishna also, Madanugrahaya, Arjuna says, because of compassion to me, he is teaching. But is it possible to bear the Vishwarupa Darshana? That means the universal form, the form which is omnipotent, omnipresent, etc. It is very difficult to bear. So then Sri Bhagavan Vacha. When Sri Krishna is challenged like that please show me. If you think I can, then please show me. Then Sri Krishna says, Pashyame Partha Rupani Shatashota Sahasrashah Nana Vidani Divyani Nana Varna Kritini Cha. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. The Lord says, what does he say? Partha, O son of Pritha. Pritha means Kunti. So son of Kunti, that is Arjuna. My Divyani, divine, Nana Vidhani, of different kinds, Nana Varna Akritini, of different Varna. Varna means various Varnas. Various Varna means colors. And Akritini, shapes. Cha, and Shatashaha means hundreds. Atha, and Sahasra Shaha. Sahasra means thousands. Rupani Pashya. Hundreds and thousands of Rupa. 100,000 means what? 1 crore. 100,000. 100,000 is not 1 crore. 100,000 is 1 lakh. 100,000 is 1 lakh. So like that, lakhs and lakhs of forms in different colors and shapes. See, Rupani Pashya. See. So for God to show it, it will not take even a second. But can we see? When Sri Krishna was a child, there is a place called Brahmanda Ghat in Vrindavan. Vrindavan, Mathura, in that area, there is a place called Brahmanda Ghat. What happened there? It is the bank of Yamuna. So once Sri Krishna was playing there, and as children do, Sri Krishna, even otherwise Sri Krishna, whatever he gets, he will only eat. Let it be butter or let it be mud. He'll just put into his mouth. So he put it into his mouth. And then Yashoda, she got very much upset. Why are you putting mud into your mouth, etc. Then show whether you have mud in your mouth. Then Sri Krishna opened his mouth. And what does Yashoda see? That the whole universe is in his mouth. Inside his mouth, whole universe is there. Then Yashoda faints there. She cannot bear that. So God can show his form or her form or its form. We don't know God, her, his or it, whatever. God's form can be shown by God, but we cannot digest that because we are embodied. We are stuck up in this body-mind complex. So we cannot digest God's form. So immediately Arjuna was saying, if you think I am capable, if you think I can see, then please show. Then it's okay, see. Pashyame Partha Rupani Satashota Sahasrashah. 100,000 forms, lakhs and lakhs of forms. Nana Vidani Divyani, Nana Varna Kritini Cha. So different shapes and colors and different kinds, divine forms you see. See. Then he says, Sri Krishna, he explains, Pashyadityan Vasun Rudran Ashvinau Marutasthata Bahunyadrishta Purvani Pashyascharyani Bharata. Bharata, O descendant of Bharata, King Bharata. Earlier, when Arjuna asked Sri Krishna to tell about his divine forms, in the 10th chapter, Sri Krishna has told all these forms. Now he is saying, see it. Adityan, the 12 Adityas, Vasun, 8 Vasus, Rudran, 11 Rudras, Ashwinau, the twin Ashwins, Tatha, also Maruts, the 49 wind gods, Pashya, see. Earlier he said that among them I am this. That means among these 49 Maruts, I am this, means I am the prominent one. Now he says, see, Pashya, all this, Bahuni, many, Adrishta Purvani, Purva Adrishta, means that which have been not seen before. Ashcharyani, wonders, Pashya, see. So nobody has seen before. Why? Because nobody can see. Even if God shows, people cannot see. So only I am showing you. See this. See all my rupas. Ihaikastam jagat krishnam pashyadya sacharacharam. Mama dehe gudakesha yaccha anyad drashtum ichchasi. This is a big statement. Shri Krishna says Gudakesha. Gudakesha means Gudaka plus Isha. Isha means Lord or the king, one who has controlled. Gudaka. Gudaka means sleep. So one who has controlled sleep, that is Arjuna. Iha, this, mama, my, dehe, in body, ekastham, in one place it is centered, pivoted in one place, centered in one place. Kritsnam, this whole sacharacharam, with the moving and the unmoving, jagat, universe, anyat, and whatever else also, chayat, that, drashtum, whatever you want to see, ichchasi, you desire, adya, now, pashya, see. The idea is, in this body, in this my body, whole universe is centered here. The entire Krishnam Jagat Sacharacharam, with the moving and the unmoving, the entire universe is centered in my body. The whole universe is centered in my body. Everything, whatever you see in this universe, which is moving and unmoving, everything is centered here in my body. And whatever you want is not there in the universe also is centered in my body. If you want to see something which is not in the universe also, you can see here. Adya, now you can see. The idea is, in dream, we dream so many things which are totally absurd. Suddenly you will dream, very common dream. Somebody is giving an examination and there that person's present day friends are also there, their parents are also there, their teachers are also there, and their classmates are all there. Everybody is giving that examination, taking that examination. So how can somebody do like that? How can they take that examination? It is impossible, it is illogical with everybody. But that is what you see in dream, because in dream there is no logic. So whatever you see is a dream. Whatever you see is nothing but different understanding of God. Only God is there. But instead of God, we see so many names, forms, so many things. We see so many things. We don't see the one behind everything. That is why Sri Ramakrishna says, there may be so many zeros, but unless you put one, there is no value to the zeros. So we don't see the one, we only see the zeros. That is what Sri Krishna is saying, that you see, ekastham, centered in one, centered in me, as part of my body. My body means I am the foundation. God is the foundation. God is the substratum of everything in this universe. And if God you can see the entire universe. Sri Krishna, Sri says this, and Sri Ramakrishna tells in a very wonderful way. He says, if you go to Jadu Malik is a Jamindar, a landlord. He says, if you go to Jadu Malik and get acquainted with him, then he will himself acquaint you with all the gardens, etc., which he has got. So first know God, then God himself or herself or itself will tell you about the universe. But if you know the universe, you might not know the God. Like that. So, centered in me, you can see whatever is in the universe and also something else which you want to see, which might not be in the universe, but everything can be seen in me because I am the ultimate thing. There can be another meaning also. If you want to, Sri Krishna is now trying to tell the truth to Arjuna so that he will fight the war, which is his Swadharma. So Arjuna might want to know whether he will succeed in the war or fail in the war. And if he wants to know that, and if he is doubtful about that, then that is why he says, Sri Krishna says, whatever else you want to see, see me, see in me. And then he says, means if you want to see the result of the war, that also I can show you. Then he says, Natumam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha Divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogam aishwaram. Pashyame Partha. He said, see, O Arjuna, see me. But then now he says, Anenaiva, with this chakshusha, with your eyes, tu, but mam, me, drashtum na shakyase, you cannot see me. Te, to you, divyam, divine, that means which is not sensory, suprasensory. Chakshuhu, eyes, dadami, I give. Me, my Aishwaram, yogam, pashya. See my supreme yoga power. So, with this eyes of yours, you cannot see me. Because these eyes are not divine eyes, they are mortal eyes. You cannot see me. So, Divyam dadami te chakshuhu. I give you divine eyes. I give you eyes which are not ordinary. And then you can see my supreme power. The idea is, with indriyas you cannot see God. With sense organs you cannot see God. You can see God only when you go beyond sense organs. So with the sense organs, so it is not a paroksha anubhuti. It is not a paroksha anubhuti. It is aparoksha anubhuti. It is what? Aparoksha anubhuti. You cannot see sense using sense organs. So with sense organs, what you can see? With sense organs, you can see only sense objects. So that is para aksha, external eyes and other sense organs. This is aparoksha anubhuti. This is beyond, without using sense organs. Means having transcended sense organs. So that is why with your ordinary eyes you cannot see me. Divyam dadami te chakshuhu. I will give you divine eyes. And only with divine eyes can you see. So the meaning of OTT is over the top. So only with divine eyes you can see. Only when you go beyond over the top. When you go beyond your eyes, only then you can see. And that is why I am giving you my... So when Arjuna asks, Manyase yadi va shakyam, if you think that I can, then you give me. So Arjuna is replied, Sri Krishna is replying to Arjuna. Arjuna is being told that you cannot. You cannot see my supreme power, yogam aishwaram. My yogam, me yogam aishwaram. Aishwaram yogam, my supreme yoga. You cannot see. You ask whether you can see, you cannot see with these eyes. So I am giving you these eyes. Swami Vivekananda, once when he was giving a class in United States of America, somebody, after the class was started, somebody wanted to enter the class. And that person, she, a woman, could not enter the class. She felt as though some big power is pushing her outside the class. Then after the class was over, when Swamiji came out, she asked what happened. Then he said, you see, what I am teaching, ordinary people cannot understand. So I lift these people to a different level of consciousness. And then I give them this knowledge. And so you came late, so you cannot go to that level. So like that, Sri Krishna is lifting, is saying, Divyam dadami te chakshu. I am giving you those eyes, those supranatural eyes, suprasensory eyes. So unless God gives us those eyes, we cannot see. Does that mean we should not do any sadhana? No, we should pray to God to give us those eyes. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.